and welcome to the June edition of Orion Update. I'm your host, ALANA HART. Orion Township is always striving to improve the community for its residents. Work on the Baldwin Road project has started up again, and some new businesses are moving in thanks to upgrades made to Brown Road. On today's episode, Orion Township Supervisor Chris Barnett will take us on a tour of Brown Road and Baldwin Road to give us an update on how the project is coming along. Take it away, Chris.
Yes, thanks, Alana. I am out here on Brown Road as we speak, standing at a live construction site, and I am really excited to report to you some of the progress happening not only here on Brown Road, but on Baldwin as well. Right directly behind me, you can see the activity. The foundation is being laid for our new Aldi grocery store. It's going to be opening in October this year, and today they're putting the foundation in, and this is a new prototype. It's something that they're really excited about, and we are as well. Be a little different and unique from the other Aldis you might have visited around Metro Detroit. They're going to have a more focus on some organics and other foods that our residents have been asking for. So we're excited to welcome Aldi, and we are standing right in the parking lot of Menards. And as you know, we welcome Menards in 2018 to our community. They've been a wonderful addition here in Orion Township, and if you haven't been there, you definitely need to put that on your list. But I wanted to kind of give you a little update on all things Corridor Improvement Authority today. So what exactly is this Corridor Improvement Authority? Well, the Corridor Improvement Authority was established 3 years ago by the Township Board. It's a separate board that represents your interests as it relates to Brown and Baldwin Road. We have a very specific purpose, and that was to do two main projects. First of all, widen Brown Road. And as you know, we've done that. Brown Road was a 3-lane road, now it's a 5-lane road. And then the second purpose of the Corridor Improvement Authority is to do Baldwin streetscape enhancements. And that you will see very soon. But why in the world would we do this? Well, as a township, we don't get any money for roads. So in order to do these types of large-scale improvements, like the $4 million improvement we did to Brown Road, we need to find creative revenue streams. And that's exactly what we did out here. So the Corridor Improvement Authority is not a tax increase, it's a tax capture. So the new investment that, for example, Menards put into our community, about a $12 million investment, obviously the property taxes on this piece of property that I'm standing on have gone up since they invested into our community. 50% of the increased taxes, so what they're already paying still goes to all the taxing authorities as it was before, and 50% of the new taxes, the higher rate. But that 50% that's left goes into our Corridor Improvement Authority that we can spend on these projects like the widening and the streetscape. So that's what a Corridor Improvement Authority is about. And has it been successful? I would say absolutely yes. For the first 6 years I'd been supervisor, we had lots of people that were really interested in investing on Brown Road, but every time it came back to that road out there could not sustain additional traffic. So we needed to take a hard approach on how we could actually address that issue to attract some investment here. So by widening the road, certainly we have Menards, Aldi in my background. Directly behind the camera where I'm pointing now, Pulte Homes is proposing to build 112 townhomes. So we wanted to attract a mixture, not just of big box retail, like you'll see on the Auburn Hills side of Brown Road, but we wanted to have a really good diverse mixture of investment. So we have a residential component. So for the millennials or even the empty nesters that are looking for not a yard to mow, but a nice place of their own, but that would be very walkable to a lot of great restaurants and shopping, we will have something like that to offer you here. And then we have other things that I can't quite say on camera yet, but some other large-scale developments that will be coming right around this area that will be really impactful and unique to anything we already have currently in Orion Township or even in the surrounding area. So we're constantly getting inquiries, and we're really grateful for the support of the Township Board and the volunteers that serve on our Corridor Improvement Authority that really have sort of made this dream happen. So I'm going to take you on a little journey today. We're going to visit a couple sites that the Corridor Improvement Authority is responsible for that are coming soon to Orion Township that you will all get to enjoy very soon, besides just grocery shopping here at Aldi. And then we'll try to check in and see how the local businesses are doing as well, because as you know, in a construction project, these local businesses need our support now more than ever to sustain themselves and sustain them so they can survive through this construction. So come with me on this short journey, check out what's happening on Baldwin and Brown roads. Okay, I'm back. I'm at the corner of Baldwin and Jordan roads. If you're heading north up Baldwin, I am just north of Taco Bell and right across the street from Panera Bread. So this piece of property behind me is very special and significant to all of our residents here, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But any road project requires, especially a project of this scope, the largest project in the county history since Big Beaver was widened in Troy, that's what our project is, requires the road commission to acquire quite a bit of property to widen the road. The piece of property I'm standing on now, and that's behind me, was a property that was acquired by the road commission, and we're really grateful for their partnership. We negotiated the best property deal you'll probably hear of all week. We purchased this property for $1. So this will be, it's not named yet, but this will be one of our 2 pedestrian-friendly pocket parks here on the Baldwin Road corridor. So this is really exciting to me. 5 years ago, or even probably longer than that, when we really knew this road project was happening and the widening was happening, I sat down with our township engineer, Jim Stevens, and we started brainstorming ways that we could make this project not just impactful and helpful to our commuters and our motorists, but to the pedestrians and the people that live here. So I'm going to show you in just a minute my favorite part of the whole project, but this is my second favorite part, these pocket parks. And so you will be able to see right behind me here in a few months, nothing spectacular. We're not really planning like big playgrounds. These will just be places with benches and trees and a nice place for you to get your Menchie's frozen yogurt right across the street, or your patty burger, or your Dickey's barbecue, and come over here if you live in one of these townhomes nearby, or just on a bike ride, and just sit, grab a drink of water, take a break, and just something green to break up all of the concrete and all of the businesses. So we're really excited about this, and there's more to come on this, but follow me up the road a little further and I'll show you one of my favorite parts of this project. All right, now we're just a little bit further up Baldwin Road, and this is one of my favorite things, if not my favorite thing about this entire project. A project like this is transformative to a community, and some might see that as transformative negative or positive. But we knew we were getting the road, so we wanted to do the best we could to have our own little Orion Township spin and feel to it. So over my shoulder are these street lamps, and those don't come with the road project. Those are an extra. That's something that we had to go out, design, and pay for, and we're doing that thanks in large part to the Corridor Improvement Authority. So thank you to them for supporting our vision. But what we have is, we used to have a 2-lane road with virtually no sidewalks. Now we have meandering sidewalks, as you can see. It kind of meanders here on both sides of the road. And then what we chose to do with the lighting is to put these cool kind of village feel lights in, but we didn't put them over the road, and we did that on purpose. We didn't want our Baldwin Road, it's already going to be wide enough and enough concrete to really look like a runway. We didn't want to make it even more like a runway by putting these large street lights up like you'll see on Sashabaw Road in Independence Township. We opted for the lower pedestrian-friendly lights over the sidewalk, which still light up the road. But when you drive up this road at night, it's beautiful. It's nice. It's not overpowering. It doesn't look like you're landing a 747. It looks like you want to walk up and down these paths. So this hopefully will become a new favorite activity for a lot of our residents on this corridor to support and frequent all of these local businesses that are surviving with us this 2 years of difficult construction process. A safe place for you to ride your bike, take a walk, walk the dog, up and down, all the way up and down the Baldwin corridor. So check these lights out. They have the banner arms, so we'll at some point be able to add some banners and things like that announcing exciting upcoming events. But in the meantime, just take a look at how awesome and pedestrian friendly our new corridor is. All right, I'm a little further north on Baldwin Road. I'm at the intersection of Gregory and Baldwin, the former intersection, now roundabout. and I'm basically near the car wash and fire station number 3, and I am what we call a pedestrian splitter island. And so we have these 5 roundabouts. We have 2 so far. We'll have 5 when we're all done. And the question comes up all the time, we're building all these great pedestrian amenities, how in the world are we going to cross the road? And that's very simple. It's a great question, and there's a really simple answer, and it's right behind me. It's called the HART pedestrian system, and it's utilized in roundabouts all over the country, but a lot of Michigan roundabouts are getting these systems. And it's very similar to another crossing system that you have used other places around in traditional intersections. You can walk up, as you can see right behind me, push the button, and wait for the cues on the signs. It'll tell you when it's safe to cross, which means it is stopping the traffic that's going north and southbound with flashing lights. These systems do work, and we put together a very special 3-part video on how to navigate roundabouts and how for drivers and for pedestrians, how they can use these systems. So check those out on our homepage, but you can see some really great, fun roundabout videos by some local experts, but they'll tell you a little more in depth about these HART systems. And the other thing you'll notice while I'm standing here is there is no landscaping right now, but in the next coming days, very soon you'll see landscape crews out here, and hopefully you'll love the design. We hired a landscape architect that's very good at what they do, and they designed something very special for us in all 5 of the roundabouts in these splitter islands and the medians. And what you can expect are trees, rocks, wild grasses. It's going to look very cool, and it's going to be mowed and manicured. It's not going to look like Lapeer Road. One of the things that's most exciting to me is the 2 north and 2 south roundabouts will be with trees and landscaping. The middle roundabout, we're the first roundabout in the state of Michigan that's going to have a fountain. There'll be a fountain in our roundabout, and it's going to be really, really cool. And it will be something that lots of people, I'm sure, will talk about. That roundabout is at just north of the Great Lakes Athletic Club Drive, between the athletic club and the apartments. That's where that 5th roundabout will go. So lots of great things happening. You're going to see this thing continue to transform over the next few days and few weeks. Drive safe. Take a look at our videos as to how to use the road for a driver and a pedestrian. And follow me for one more stop as we check out what's going on with the local businesses here on the corridor. I hope you've enjoyed this little journey with me today, kind of seeing what's happening behind the scenes on this huge project that's happening in town. But I wanted to finish today's episode with some place that really is important to me and hopefully to you. It's the local businesses, the people that have their blood, sweat, and tears in these buildings behind me that really rely on you and me for their sustainability. They are committed, they are our partners, and we really need to support them during this process. One of the great things about this project, and that you can see behind me, is the businesses are also jumping into the project realm as well. They've taken advantage of kind of getting the reinvention of Baldwin Road and reinventing their facades. So both plazas that I'm standing in front of right now, Lee's, which I'm sure you're probably familiar with, it has Lee's Party Store and Passport Pizza. And then directly behind me, Little Caesars, the Salon, and our newest restaurant that hasn't quite opened yet, but Thai Fix is coming, and they're going to be here right on the Baldwin corridor. So it's really awesome to see the change in these buildings and what they used to look like and what they do now look like. And the people that own these businesses have shared with me that they see the future. They see that we care about what we're doing. We're investing in our infrastructure, so they wanted to do just the same. And I know I told you at the front end that we were going to track down some of those business owners, and we have attempted to, but they're all really busy today. So you'll have to take my word, and your homework after this episode is to please just come up and down this corridor, take a look at all the great things. Use the pedestrian hawk signals to cross the road. Check out the street lights at night. But most importantly, please, please, please thank these businesses for investing in our community, and do that with your dollars. Try to shop here, try to eat here, because if we can help sustain these businesses for the rest of this project, it will be better for all of us. So with that, I want to thank you for your time. Thanks again for following me along on this Baldwin Road and Brown Road journey. And I'm going to toss it back to ALANA in the studio. Thanks, ALANA.
Thanks, Chris. For more information about the Baldwin Road project, visit oriontownship.org. You can also check out the Orion Township Road Updates Facebook page for updates by going to facebook.com/Orion TWP Road Updates. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.